Hi, my name is Rachel Harmon, and this is my nutrition counseling digital journey. I had a very minimal knowledge of counseling prior to this course, besides venting to a family member or friend, or them doing the venting to me. I had a very general understanding of the social determination theory constructs and basic psychological needs. I mostly relied on my own gut instincts and thoughts rather than actual fact-based learning. I knew that there had to be a set roadmap for the stages of change, but I never learned them. I want to say that I knew the counselor-client relationship is more of a partnership than one person giving all the feedback and someone taking it, but I also had a preconceived idea that that's how it usually would work. I had a good understanding of the nutrition care process and the various forms of diet evaluation that I learned in other class. However, they were more medical focused than counseling focused. I also had a previous understanding of triggers and how different social settings, feelings, and emotions could bring you back these stimuli or triggers for someone to behave in a certain way. I've learned that my background and knowledge of nutrition therapy is very helpful in communication and feeling confident in truly understanding the viewpoint of the client and where there's potential areas to start implementing a change. Intrinsic motivation is increased by positive feedback, providing choice, empathy, and not controlling or dominating the counseling session or the change steps, and by some concrete rewards if they support autonomy. However, this is decreased by concrete rewards such as money or awards, threats of punishment, imposed goals, surveillance, competition, and evaluation. I learned that it is oftentimes that we blame our external society for our actions and behaviors, rather than looking inwards, at the conscious mind, to see why we humans interpret the things that we do or how we cope with the things in our environment and inside ourselves. I learned that I often do this myself, and am now more aware and better equipped to handle these situations. I also now have a better understanding that each person is very individual and going through such different things. During my first counseling session, I learned so much, and looking back, I can see that I have improved in many areas of counseling. I have improved my listening skills and being able to understand what the client is saying, whether it being something contradictory to what they want or them leading themselves into a better understanding and making breakthroughs. I never really considered that there were different types of motivation, and learning that there are both intrinsic and extrinsic motivations was very eye-opening. I also learned that the counselor gives advice and the client is supposed to take it, but that's not how you build rapport and trust. Both parties have to listen to one another and use the feedback to direct the conversation into one that elicits change. Implementing the spirit of MI, as this is an overall framework for how a client-counselor interaction and relationship should work to be as efficient and effective as it can be. Although I don't believe that any skill can be fully mastered as we are always improving every day, a skill that I do believe I now excel in is that I am a very empathetic person, and this has only grown since taking this course. I also always thought I was a good listener, but I realize now that sometimes I could be so wrapped up and concerned about having the answers that I would not listen as well for the subtle cues. I now focus more on listening to what someone says and trying to evoke them to figure out their answers. The skills that I would like to improve. I need to practice seeing cues and asking questions that will help me to understand the background as to why people are truly seeking help in counseling. I also need to work on allowing the conversation to be more fluid and relaxed as my anxiety and nerves tend to make me more robotic in my exchanges. I need to ponder rolling with resistance further, as this is important to be comfortable with. I know I will be exposed to resistance on a daily basis, and being able to accept it and work with it will be very beneficial. I would also like to improve my understanding of the theory of planned behavior, as this is very important to know what is making people do the things that they do. This class has allowed me to learn new strategies and tools to excel in nutrition counseling, as well as help me to improve and understand how to use my previous knowledge in a more impactful and insightful way.